can bring you back. Familiar streets we all know won't be the same, yet they'll sing your praises. So many souls, they call you friend, while you carry your load. More than we know.
So Renee Neufville, it is such a pleasure to see you here at the Jazz Gallery for the ceremony and performance for Roy Hargrove's what would be his 52nd birthday. Tell me some of your thoughts.
About the performance?
About the performances tonight, experience with Roy Hargrove, and what all this means to you. 2 nights, 4 sets. Talk about the experience of these last couple of days.
Well, you know, knowing Roy has been, for me, has been transformative in my life. I always say that my musical journey really opened up in a major way when I met Roy Hargrove. He told me very early, he said, Renee, working with me is going to give you stronger legs to stand on. And he was right. He had a world of musicians and beautiful souls that were in his life that he basically opened me up to and now has become part of my world. Here the Jazz Gallery has been a foundational watering shed for most of the musicians in New York City for many years. And a lot of musicians have been able to cut their teeth here on this piano, on this stage, such as myself, Robert Glasper, John Batiste, the list goes on and on.
You know, I always say that Roy Hargrove in the Jazz Gallery is a classic New York City story. You know, here's this young guy who came from Waco, Texas. He comes to the big city, and you know, he likes to play his horn, and it doesn't matter what time of day or night. And you know, trying to find a New York City apartment that would allow that. And I think the Jazz Gallery was an answer to that problem that Roy had. And like you say, it has become an incubator for a lot of young musicians like yourself. But I just want to say the very first time I met you was at my church at Brown Memorial. We were doing a tribute to Randy Weston, and it was a pleasure meeting you. But this music offers us so many surprises, and it was just a wonderful surprise for me to be here last night hearing you sing, because you sang so beautifully. And just give me an idea, when did all of this start for you?
Well, thank you for that, and I'm really glad to have met you. Reverend Miller is a very good friend of mine, and he invited me to the Randy Weston performance and insisted that we meet. So I'm glad that we were able to make this connection organically, you know, because it all makes sense. But I would say that it started for me when in 1993. No, even before that. I was trained classically in the piano, with the piano, at the Brooklyn Academy of Music. I'm a native New Yorker. I'm from Brooklyn at the age of 5. And I accompanied all the choirs when I attended Midwood High School. I went for medical science, but I ended up accompanying the madrigal chorus, the mixed chorus, and the gospel chorus under the tutelage of Sonia Johnson and Laverne Barnes and Mr. Norman Spicer. And that was really when I started to open up to music. That's when I really started to write. I wrote my first song at the age of 15.
Yeah.
And performed it for Sissy Houston. Cut to Temple University, where I met my singing partner at the time. We recorded an album that came out in 1993 with Motown. And I ended up writing a huge portion of that album, most of the album, and all the hits. And just, you know, writing is really where my heart really sits. After, I would say, 1999, we disbanded, and Roy Hargrove met me when I started to produce. And he basically scooped me up right away and took me on the road with RH Factor, where I was able to travel this world, play North Sea jazz, Monterey, China, Japan, Italy, Germany, 3 albums, the 2 Grammy-nominated albums with Roy, and become a part of his legacy.
Yeah. Give me some of your favorite stories about being on the road with Roy Hargrove.
Oh man. Well, I could say this. One thing I've learned with Roy is that he believes in taking care of the music. He always said to me, he called me Bop. And he always said to me, Bop, if you take care of the music will take care of you.
Yeah.
So no matter which city we perform in, and no matter how long the show or the set would be, after the shows, we all drop our bags, change our shoes, and hit the nearest jam session.
Yeah.
So we would literally bombard jam sessions, whether it was in Paris, in Strasbourg, Saint-Denis, or wherever we were, Brazil. We would start it up again, play till like 4 or 5 in the morning, play standards, and that's where you kind of, you know, hone your abilities on stage. Another interesting story is that Strasbourg, Saint-Denis is a very popular song of Roy's that he wrote when we were on the road, RH Factor. He wrote it while we were in Strasbourg, Saint-Denis. But it has lyrics to it, and I'm the only person that actually knows the lyrics.
Incredible.
And he was like, wow, I wrote this song, and you gotta hear it. And I'm the only one that knows the lyrics, but I don't really sing it because I never really got permission.
I understand.
And I really believe in the ancestors giving you permission. They'll give you a sign when it's time to share that.
Yeah. I tell you, I'm hoping that I'm present when you do decide to sing the lyrics.
You're going to be there. It will most likely be here in New York. Probably be here at the Jazz Gallery.
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe Newport.
Yeah, well, you know, that's not that far away.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you finally, and when you look back on your career, how important was singing in the church? How did that influence the person that you've become?
Well, you know, once you sing gospel music or you sing the hymns, I believe it becomes a vessel for you to truly connect to the music. Because spiritually, I know when I sing, I'm really trying to connect my heart to your heart.
Yeah.
And there's no more direct connection, heart to heart, soul to soul, than that which exists between you and your God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you're completely, you abandon, you submit, I should say. With no abandon, you submit all of yourself to the Word. To the Word.
So Renee Neufville, what does the future look like for you in your career as an artist?
Well, I am looking forward to completing 2 more recordings one that will take place in December with Willie Jones, Lonnie Plaxico, Keith Brown. We're looking for a horn player right now. Then I come back, I'm going to record again in the first quarter of the year. Planning on performing at the Carnegie Hall in October with the Jazz Gallery All-Stars, because that was a show that was canceled before the pandemic. So we're looking to do that in 2022. I have a tour in Australia in March. I'm playing the Schomburg also in the beginning of March, which I hope you will be there for.
Oh, absolutely.
And between that, you know, just spending more time with my family, my dad. You know, we just lost my mom, so, you know, just spending more time with him and helping to create more beautiful memories with him, and, you know, take some time for myself, you know.
Renee, I want to say thank you so very much for your time, and I got a good suggestion for a trumpet player for you. His name is Freddie Hendrix, and he's on fire.
He's crazy.
He's on fire.
He's crazy. He used to play with the big band.
Yes.
And I loved him because I used to always tell Roy, he's crazy.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that.
All right. And thank you for your time, and thank you for your commitment to this music.
Thank you.
Renee Neufville, y'all give it up. Crazy Race.